how like my hello everybody. Do you know how my my appliances are like breaking at the same time in this house?
Yes.
So got the AC repairs coming. This toilet that's my had a two toilet house.
Okay. Yep.
2 bathrooms, and so the hallway toilet, the one my kids use, is always clogging. It feels like it's a weak flush or whatever. Then like last week I was plunging it like every single day, like not just every few days. It was like every single day.
Okay.
It's clogging, and I was just plunging the shit out of it, and this is the only time that I've like found the culprit. I plunged it, and my kids are all just standing there watching me do it. And it's like a full toilet. It's not like just full of water. It's fully loaded.
Yeah. It's full. Yep.
And I see something down at the bottom of the bowl, and I'm like, what is that? And I go in there, and it's a toothbrush.
Oh.
It's a full blown toothbrush.
Oh, wow.
That I'm guessing Riley put in the toilet. And
whose toothbrush?
It belongs to Jesus now.
I assume no one's going to be using it now.
I'm not even sure whose it was. It might have been like a spare one out of the drawer, because I didn't hear anyone complain later like, "Hey, where's my toothbrush?"
Right.
Yeah, but like it was just poop covered toothbrush. Folded out of there. I was like, great. So,
cool.
But like I ended up getting like a whole, I ended up getting, it still would clog after that. Cause I was like, oh, maybe that's been down there for weeks, but that thing's been a problem since I moved in this house.
Yeah.
And, I got a plumber out here, and he basically was like, okay, like he took the toilet off the thing and, ran like a auger like on it, and, bunch of stuff, and he's like, it could do nothing, yeah. And if it does nothing, then maybe think about getting a new toilet, or like the worst case scenario, the pipe is too level, it's not at an angle. He says you don't want it to be that, because that's that's like we bust up the floor.
Big reno. Yeah.
He's like, pray it's not that.
Okay.
I was like, great. So the thing, it's not clogging every day, but it's back to normal. It's like clogging every couple of days. It's like, oh man. So, great. Right. So that was like a $500 nothing.
Oh. Good Lord.
So at least I know what it wasn't.
Right. Sure.
So he was like, the toilet's actually got a decent flush. And I was like, you serious? This toilet? Yeah. Anyway.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So that's what's going on with that.
That's life with a toddler, man. Hey, this looks good to throw in the toilet. Why not?
He's the only one who does, only one of my kids, of course, the caboose, who does like typical toddler stuff, like putting things where they're not supposed to be. And like I'll be taking a nap, and then I'll suddenly be like, it's too quiet. And I'll be like, where is he? And he's over here at this desk, and he's got like pens in his hand. And he's like writing on my notes. At least he's not marking up this desk, but like,
sure. Yeah. I was gonna say that could be worse,
but he's doing stuff. Like I have to really watch it.
You have to watch him. Yeah.
And I've been accustomed to like, okay, my kids do a lot of things, but they don't do like that stuff. They don't like put things in drains, and they don't damage things.
Right. Sure.
But like Riley goes around the house and pulls like electrical plugs off the outlets, like pulls the safety plugs out. It's like, yeah, that shouldn't be possible.
What's the point of the safety plug? Yeah. Now you know to check your toothbrushes every night.
Yep. I'm thinking he needs to take it down a notch.
Take it down a notch.
This is the Dinner in America episode that we're doing tonight.
Yeah.
So the review you're about to hear is Dustin's review before I saw the film. And Dustin's review persuaded me to see the film. Maybe it'll persuade you, Mr., Ms., or Mrs., or Madam, Monsieur, listener.
Suddenly became French there for no good reason.
You know what? This isn't dinner in France, is it?
No, it's not.
This is dinner in America.
This is dinner in America.
This ain't French Canada.
We say Mr. and Mrs., sometimes just woman.
All right, please enjoy dinner in America. Tell me about your din-dins in America. Din in the USA.
That's the alternate title.
Yeah, that's the toddler title. Din-dins in the USA.
Din-dins in the USA.
Come on. Dance with me. I'm really glad you came to dinner.
What the fuck are you doing? He was taking advantage of me.
Get out!
Hey, Mom, can I go see a rock show?
What's the group?
They're this really cool group. The music is almost educational.
Break the rules and break the rules, we do it in our way. Readers of society, and we are here to stay.
I don't like the sound of this militia music.
Rock concerts are bad news.
They upped the reward. They said you assaulted some lady. Tried to burn her house down?
You see anyone suspicious running around back here?
You got someplace around here we can go? I needed a place to hole up. Your house is perfect.
You want to know my secret? I write John Q. love letters.
What the fuck you talking about?
I write him one every week.
Where's your fucking bathroom?
Buckle up! I drive fucking nuts! Microwave it, shove it down. Pressure for you is turning brown. Poison veggies and plastic meat.
I want my motherfucking shit!
Around the table. Come at me, you fucking box sucker! That make this bad. Dinner time, dinner in America. Dinner time, dinner in America. Dinner time, dinner in America.
You need to take it down a notch, motherfucker!
Do you think I'm weird?
Oh yeah, no, you're fucking weird.
Well, is weird cool?
In your case, no.
Dinner in America. This is a film from 2020. It stars Kyle Gallner and Leah Thompson and Hannah Marks and Emily Skeggs and some other folks that I don't necessarily recognize.
Marilyn Rice-Cobb, I recognize.
Yes, yeah. Marilyn Rice-Cobb.
Gail the
she's
Snail.
And it's directed and written by Adam Remeyer. I'm not familiar with his work, but cool. So I watched this because weirdly right now, for whatever reason, it's trending on Letterboxd. And so I was like, okay, what is this? And then I clicked it and I was like, oh, wait, I think Red Letter Media did a review of this that I never watched because I didn't know what that was.
Yeah.
And so I clicked on.
I did watch that video. So
did you? Okay.
So when you said you'd watch this, I was intrigued. I was like, cool, because this seemed interesting.
Yeah. So I watched the first part of the video just enough to figure out if they were generally positive or negative about it.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, I'll give it a shot because it's streaming on Hulu, so why not?
Right.
It's relatively short. It's an hour and 46 minutes. It's a pretty easy watch. But the story is about Kyle Gallner. His character's name is Simon, and his budding relationship with Emily Skeggs' character Patty. So we begin with Kyle Gallner, with Simon. He is. He's earning money by doing clinical trials for medication. And because he gets dismissed from the project, he doesn't make as much money as he had anticipated. And through a series of events, finds himself wanted by the police. And so he runs and hides with a stranger, a girl named Patty, and the two of them kind of form this weird little bond and relationship. She's a loner, an outsider, a 20-year-old that lives at home with her parents and her brother, and she's kind of still acting like a child, like she hasn't quite grown up. She's quiet, she's childish, repressed, and everyone likes to pick on her, especially two dudes that are on the track team at a local school. And it's unclear. I mean, I guess they're in high school and they're picking on her, and she's 20. I don't know, but regardless, she's picked on and bullied, and so she finds, I guess, some shelter with Simon, who is rough around the edges. He's rude and crude and just an all around
bad dude.
And yeah, he's manipulative and he is very aggressive. And so their relationship is a little dangerous. Like, you're kind of scared for her to be near him, but you're also kind of intrigued by the weird spark that they have, and the actors do have a chemistry. Yeah, so then the film is just kind of them lollygagging and hanging around. I tried to figure out what to compare this movie to. The only thing I could think was something like a Napoleon Dynamite. And it's Napoleon Dynamite-ish in that it's offbeat and the characters are, very caricatured versions of real people. And they can kind of be one-dimensional, but it's a comedy, so it's fine.
Yeah.
And it's also kind of aimless in that way that Napoleon Dynamite was.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen Napoleon Dynamite in a long time, but I was thinking about it and just like, this feels like sort of a spiritual sequel to that in a weird way, because like Napoleon Dynamite was filmed, down and dirty. It was, quick and cheap. And this feels like it has more money behind it, but it could also just be that technology's come a long way. And so it looks a little more professional. I don't know what the budget here was, but it had to have been kind of small. It's an interesting movie. And I certainly never felt like it was dragging or whatever, but I did feel like it was a little aimless. And so that certainly, like, for me, hurts my scoring of a film a little bit when I feel like I'm not quite sure what this is building towards or if it's building towards anything. And then by the time you realize that it kind of is building towards something, it's a little too late to then like latch onto it. Mm. But I laughed. I thought it was funny. The characters are broad and unlikable, but interesting, and that's cool, and that's good enough. Like, sometimes a character doesn't have to be likable; they just have to be interesting.
Yeah,
and especially in a comedy, like, you don't have to like them, just laugh at them, and that's fine. And yeah, it's a strange little movie. It purposefully refuses to acknowledge what time period it's set in. It feels modern. The characters are kind of dressed in a way that's modern, but some characters aren't. And the technology that we see is old. So it's either just like, the idea of like these people are kind of lower middle class or whatever. So maybe their technology is, not up to snuff, but it also has like this weird dreamlike vibe, because like in a dream, I read once, like, you never see your phone and you hardly ever see actual technology in a dream. And it's like that sort of same thing here. It's weird. It's just a strange movie,
interesting
but it
observation.
does build to something. What's that?
That's an interesting observation, actually. About your phone in a dream. That's weird.
Yeah, your phone is never in your dreams.
Whoa.
Isn't that a strange thing? It's a strange phenomenon that we stare at it all day, but in our dreams, we never look at it.
Whoa.
Yeah, I read an article about this.
Because it would give away that you were dreaming, basically. I guess your brain can't garble together what's supposed to go on that? That's so strange.
Isn't it crazy? It's such a part of our lives, but our dreams reject it. Like our brain rejects it.
That is ripe for conspiracy theories,
isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's also like, doesn't that just tell you about the way our brains are hardwired? Like we're not supposed to have these things.
We're not thinking about it. Yeah, we shouldn't be thinking about it.
Yeah, our brains reject it. It's not good for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's strange.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't think I ever really have a dream where like I'm watching TV or anything either. Like,
yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's strange.
Shit.
I do have dreams where I watch movies, and sometimes I wake up with movie ideas because of whatever movie I was watching in the dream.
Okay.
But that's as technological as it gets for me.
Whoa.
But like you hardly like I don't think I ever make a phone call in a dream.
Yeah.
Like it's like just completely absent.
Whoa. I wonder if that's like, I don't know. That's pointless to think about. Oh shit, that's crazy. All right. Sorry. I had to stop you. That was a life-changing revelation for me.
Yeah. And this movie's the same kind of way. It refuses to acknowledge technology or whatever time period it's in. Mm-hmm. Which gives it this weird, like timeless vibe. But yeah, I mean, there's a couple things beyond just like the aimlessness of the story that I found a little off-putting. And I think they're worth talking about. So, Emily Skegg's character, Patty, our co-lead of the film, again, she's a repressed, like childish type character. She gets really emotional. So when she's happy, she often it gets giddy, and she jumps around and screams. And when she's upset, she screams, and she's very volatile in her, sort of emotional outbursts in a way that feels childish. And so what's interesting, like, I don't know the age of Emily Skeggs, and I don't really know Kyle Gallner's age. I think he's around our age.
Let's see. Emily Skeggs is 34.
Okay.
Kyle Gallner is 37.
Okay. So they're, yeah. So it's strange because they're both playing way younger than they are. But what's off-putting about it to me is you have Kyle Gallner's character, and eventually there's some romantic stuff between the two of them. And we've spent so long with her character where she's acting a little childish that to me it becomes unsettling to watch their romance, even though she's of age. Like, she's like, this is not predatory. It's, two adults consensually entering a relationship. But my impression of her as a viewer is almost that she's a kid, like she's still living at home. She's acting like a child. She's, like her parents are still very much telling her what she can and can't do and what she can and can't wear. And she's, not exerting any agency of her own. And so when she does, and when there is this relationship, it starts to feel a little weird because I'm unclear. I know she's 20 in the film, but it still feels like he's with somebody he shouldn't be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so to me, that was a little off-putting. And like, I had to continually remind myself, she's 20. She's 20. It's fine. She's right. 20. But like, I don't know what's interesting about this is I don't know if it's in the writing or if it's in the performance or if it's in just Emily Skegg's, appearance. Like, I don't know what it is, the way they've styled her, the way she, dresses, whatever it is. But there is a combination of things at work here that make me feel like she's younger than she is. Mm-hmm. So the romance, at least when it begins, feels really skeevy.
Yeah, inappropriate.
And I'm not supposed to feel that. I'm supposed to feel like, oh, look, these two freaks found each other.
Yeah.
But instead I'm going, ooh.
Yeah, you're hung up on their like the consent. Like, okay.
Yeah. Is she old enough to make that decision? And then I'm like, yes, she is. She's 20. She's 20. She's 20. She's 20. And okay. Kyle Gallner is great in this role, though. He is totally the standout here. He's intense. He feels real, even though he's like super exaggerated, but he feels real still. It's so strange how both of those things can be true. But to me, like, as I'm watching this, I'm like, this feels a little bit like the writer and maybe Kyle Gallner saw Breaking Bad and said, I want to do Jesse Pinkman, but remove the whole Heart of Gold thing. And so he just feels like Pinkman-ish in some way. He's kind of his own worst enemy. He's, I don't know. He's just, I don't know. He's Pinkman-esque. And there's a moment where you see him go home to his parents and he sneaks into his home. He goes into his old room and then he ends up, talking to his parents. And it's very much like those early seasons of Breaking Bad when Jesse goes home.
Yeah.
And it's like that same, dynamic with, like the dad who's kind of like keeping a distance and the mom who wants more, but isn't, can't put herself through that again.
Right.
And so, it's that same sort of dynamic. So it's almost like the way to describe this is, if Jesse Pinkman was less on meth and more hooked on making music and like punk music, and instead of falling in love with Jane, fell in love with like Adrian Balboa.
Okay.
That's more what this film is. It's weird, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was, an enjoyable movie. Again, it's an hour 46. It's really not a huge time commitment, but it's good. And I think what I would say is like, if you really despise Napoleon Dynamite, don't try this movie. If you really despise, characters, like if you're one of those people that can't get behind bad, unlikable characters, you're going to have a hard time with this. Because kind of the point of the movie, in a weird way, is that Kyle Gallner, who is a bad dude, influences her to be kind of punk rock herself. And it's not the other way around. Like, if you're one of the people that's like, well, she should influence him to be a better person and more mature.
Mm-hmm.
Too bad. It's the other way. And so like, it depends on what your sensibilities are, how much you're going to enjoy this. But if you're just looking for like an offbeat comedy that's not really about anything and doesn't really have much to say or do, then this is the film for you. And I don't say any of that as a slight. Like, it just doesn't have a lot of meat to it.
Yeah.
So you're watching people perform, and in that way, it's almost a little like a play. Like, you're watching characters talk and expose their own characters through action and reaction and dialogue. And that's the point of the film. It's not, we have to get to here so we can do this, and oh no, ticking clock and huge stakes and the world is going to explode. It's just, I don't know, we're going to go over here and do some stuff. You want to go? Sure. Why not? Whatever. And that's it. And, cool. If that's what you're into, then I think you'll enjoy it. For me, I liked it. I gave it 3.5 stars. I think it's fine. It's a little better than just fine, but like, it doesn't break any new molds. It's not like a fresh take on anything. It's just a good movie about bad people told in a funny way. and, you know, trying to create some romance between two interesting characters that don't normally get paired together, right? Like I said, you always get like the punk rocker who gets mellowed out by his, you know, love interest, or the punk rocker who is interested in another punk rocker, and then they both get into trouble together, or they influence each other to, you know, continue doing what they're doing.
Yeah.
But it's very rare that you see like this punk rock dude fall in love with this, you know, that I think they kind of imply that she may have some mental disabilities, you know, fall in love with this girl and, you know, kind of break her out of her shell.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, if you're hung up on the morality of it, is she breaking out of her shell in the right way or wrong way? Probably the wrong way, but that's the story the movie told, and that's fine. You know, I don't get hung up on that necessarily. I mean, maybe there's the odd thing where I would, but like, I don't know. I mean, I loved Breaking Bad, right? It's all about a story about a dude who just makes every worst decision he can.
Sure.
Sure. I mean, that's what it is. But yeah, man, I think this is one that you would, like, if I had to say, like, will you enjoy it?
Yeah.
I'd say, I think you will be annoyed at what annoyed me. But I think you will enjoy some of the comedy beats, and enjoy, I think you'll be on a similar page to me where you enjoy the second half of the film better than the first half.
Okay.
And once it starts to build to something and you see what it's building towards, oh, I got it. Like, great. But before that, it just felt like little scenes that some of them connected and some of them didn't, and some of them were going somewhere and most of them weren't.
Yeah.
And so that can be difficult. So do I think you, Hooper, would like it? I think you'd be about where I'm at with it. Do I think you, viewer, would like it? I don't know you. But I'm going to say,
trick question.
Impossible to know. But I will say, if you're anything like me, you'll think this is just kind of a middle of the road film. It's good, but not great, but not bad.
Yeah.
But not great.
You know, and I don't mind weird. I don't mind like stuff that's, like you said, like whether it's, even if the character themselves is not like someone you can morally kind of jive with. I'm cool with stuff that is interesting happening.
Yeah.
So, you know,
and it is that.
Yeah.
And again, like I didn't know what I was getting into. Like, I knew nothing about this.
Right.
But once you get into kind of the romance of it, it's like, oh, cool. Like, this is fine.
Yeah.
Now we're telling a story about a budding romance, whereas before we were just telling a story about
a guy doing stuff.
Yeah, a guy doing stuff and a girl watching him do stuff, and that's it. And so yeah, man, I think it's a fine film, and like I said, it's streaming on Hulu. So if you have some extra time, go for it.
Excellent.
I don't know why it's streaming on, or why it's trending on Letterboxd. I don't understand why it's having a resurgence, but
interesting. I don't know. Do you think? No, I don't know. That's weird. I don't know why.
Yeah, no idea.
Because normally it's obvious. It's like, oh, we're gonna watch, you know, Flight 93. Like, oh, 9/11 was just recently, so like that makes sense. Or hey, we're watching Mean Girls because it's October 3rd.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it. But that's kind of weird. Dinner in America happens every day, so it's hard to.
Right.
Well, for most people, for some people,
yes,
you know, it's not. But being obviously like, okay, so what makes dinner in America especially hip?
Right
now,
no idea. Idea.
In the late fall, in the early fall.
Right. No idea. It's not even a fall movie.
When did it even come out? Did it come
2020.
out? Like, yeah, but like, well, it's Sundance, so it actually had a theater run in 2022.
Yeah.
Either way, those were in January and May. Okay. Yeah. No idea.
Oh, okay. So I just Googled it. Why is Dinner in America so popular at the moment? This is from Reddit. It's the 9th most popular film of the week. This is also from the Letterboxd subreddit. It's the 9th most popular film of the week, and a bunch of people I know have been watching it. Top answer, TikTok. Next comment. Oh. One of the songs is trending right now. So
like
that's what
a song that was used in the film?
A song in the film, yep.
Like a song composed for the film or a needle drop?
I'm not sure. There is a song that was composed for the film, so maybe it's that.
That's so weird. I mean, it's interesting to think that today someone could hear that on someone who's on TikTok who has a short attention span could hear a song and go, "What movie is that from?" "Oh, some movie called Dinner in America." I'm going to watch the whole film.
Right.
If you had told me, like, if you had explained, like, no, it's an economy that can feed each other, like these are two, social media can work for filmmaking. I'd be like, that sounds like something that would never happen, but it's happening.
Right. Exactly.
Weird.
And not just once, but a lot of times.
Weird.
Yeah.
Does that mean every time you hear, like, I should play Bangers, Beans, and Mash and see if people start watching, get them to the Greek or wherever that's from.
Right. Yes.
That's a genuinely good song and a so-so movie. All right. TikTok, if you're watching, hey, Gen Z, if you're listening, use Bangers, Beans, and Mash by Russell Brand.
There you go. Thank you, TikTok.
It's still so strange. It's like, how would that transfer into someone going to watch the movie? Like,
based on a 1-minute clip of a song.
Yeah.
I'm going to go watch this whole movie.
Like, that wouldn't convince me. I don't watch anything on social media. Like, I don't see like a song and go, "Oh, the movie this is in must be something I also enjoy." Because there's plenty of songs I love that are in movies I hate.
Sure.
Oh, here's an actor in a commercial I saw. I'm going to go watch all that actor's work because it reminded me, oh, Michael Fassbender's in this commercial. I'll go watch all his movies.
Yeah, makes no sense.
It's like, I'm not going to do that shit. I don't have time for that.
Do you have any idea, like, as I'm scrolling through like Instagram or Facebook or whatever, how many clips from movies I see that I have never seen?
The amount of rabbit holes that you could go down if you were to follow this pattern of behavior is upsetting to me. As an adult.
And I'm like, sometimes I'm like, oh, that looks cool. I should go see that. Yeah. And you know what I then do?
Nothing.
Proceed to never do that.
I fall asleep.
I go do something useful with my time.
You know what I do? I wake the fuck up.
You know what I do?
I get real.
I work and earn money.
Trying to feed my family. I get perspective and I get real.
You know what I do? I respect my wife and I devote myself to being a father. I read my Bible.
I was going to say, I put down the phone and pick up the Bible. To me, there's only one King James, and it's not LeBron James. That's my Bible. Okay, Dinner in America, everybody.
Dinner in America.
I don't have much to add. I don't even know why I'm doing this, but I did watch the movie and I really did enjoy it. I completely agree with you that it's like an R-rated Napoleon Dynamite. The energy, I think what I learned during the movie is I'm just a sucker for random yelling. I just think I love it.
Yeah, sure.
Every time, because like it's exactly what you want in like a landscape full of like kind of bland side characters who are just sort of strange. Right. You want someone just screaming at them
for no good reason.
Just pulling them out of their stupor. And so every time Kyle Gallner decides to yell at someone, I'm going, yay. It's just he's just my id, and so subconsciously I'm just enjoying him yelling. And so
there you go.
That's really my endorsement. If you like yelling, if yelling doesn't traumatize you.
Yes.
But you know what? On the subject of their romance, because you brought that up as well, I was with it.
Yeah.
So I wasn't, I never got like a weird vibe. I can see your point. Like she's not underage, but she's very immature in the beginning. So you kind of, and I don't know if that just lends like an extra layer of like danger feeling to the beginning of there. But by the end of it, like I totally bought into it. Like I was with it. Yeah.
By the end of it for sure. But like when it started, I felt like, oh, this is going to take me a minute because I'm like, it just feels like everything about this situation reads that she's underage. She's not, but it reads that way superficially. Yeah.
But I was surprised with this one. I'd watch it again, and that's just weird because like, no other reason other than like, I just would, I don't know. It was interesting.
Kyle Gallner's character is unhinged enough to be mesmerizing.
Yeah. He's just unpredictable. Like when you establish like 3 scenes in a row that this guy just screams at people and does whatever the fuck he wants. Yeah. You just go, oh, well, who's he going to scream at next?
Sure. Why not? Go for it. Go for it, Kyle.
Yeah. So I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Totally. Sweet. Okay. Great. Well, that's Dinner in America, everybody. Go eat some
enjoy.
Dinner. Yeah, enjoy it. No dessert in America.
Bon appetit.
Bon appetit. We're French again.
Bon appetit.
Bon appetit.
Bon appetit.
Is that the Italian hands?
Yeah, you did the Italian hands.
Or is the Italian hands this?
They're both Italian.
All bad. The stereotype, not the country. I don't know, it's France or Italia. They're all bad.
It ain't America, I'll tell you that much.
If you ain't America first, you're America last.
And if you're America last, you ain't no friend of mine.
Would you get the hell out of here?
Where's your love for grilled burgers?
Okay. All right.
We love fossil fuels.
If I could burn more coal just to watch it kill the planet, I would.
I'd love to kill this whole planet except for one place. Can you guess where it is?
It's old Kentucky.
The U.S. of mother flippin' A.
I've been a bad boy all my life just so I could get that lump of coal from Santa Claus and then burn it out of pure pleasure. Pure planet killing pleasure.
And what colors does Santa Claus wear? Red and white. Only thing he's missing is blue.
I like to think he's wearing blue undies. A blue man thong. A blue girdle for his midsection, just like myself. You know,
it's for support.
It's for support and just a little bit slimming. Maybe he wears Spanx now. They got Manx, men's Spanx, whatever the Kardashians
is that
invented.
A thing?
I think there's like there's definitely men's girdles. I've been pushed those ads and I'm offended.
I've never heard of this.
I get them. You know what I get? Hold on a second. We're gonna talk about this. Here's what I get. I get pushed men's girdles.
Okay.
To pull in the gut.
Sure.
And I get pushed those true classic tees or whatever, like the ones that are like meant to make you look not so fat. Like they hug your arms and shoulders and chest, but somehow they like billow out your stomach. So you just kind of look top heavy strong.
Yep.
Without having to be top heavy strong.
Right.
And it's always like a woman starting the advertisement like, whoa, my man's got it. And I'm just like, shut up.
I hate those, man.
No woman would accept me even if I had this t-shirt. Yeah, but I get pushed those and I'm like, okay, I'm definitely not searching these products. So is it just looking through my camera and being like, ugh?
No, it just goes, he is man.
He's a
He need
35-year-old
product.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Statistically, you need these products.
Yes. That's the algorithm, man.
I
don't get anything consistent other than like I get like nomadic wallets.
Yeah, I wish.
Okay.
I used to get pushed cool tech like Ridge wallets and like,
yeah,
here's some cool security cameras for your home.
Yeah.
Like stuff like that. Like,
Sure.
Butcher Box, like I just like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
It makes me hungry. And now it's like, hey, fatty, you want to look less fat?
I see you've been taking care of that Butcher Box subscription.
Yeah, you've been eating so much meat and saturated fat. Looks, it's starting to show, pal. It's like, why don't you just advertise heart medicine to me?
Right, sure.
But of course, like then after I get pushed like either that or it's like, hey, check out these new microphones, and you're like, oh man, those are pretty cool.
Those are cool.
Yeah.
Where are you seeing the most ads? Are you seeing it on social media, YouTube?
Oh yeah, social media. Definitely. They haven't found me yet algorithmically on YouTube, because it's like it's the same stuff I would see on television. It's like State Farm and
sure.
like USAA and stuff like that. And it's just like, but it's never like, hey, Alabamian.
Yeah, it doesn't feel custom to you.
Yeah.
So I'm on Facebook right now. I'm gonna find the first ad and see what it is. The first ad that I'm getting. That's not a live event. I'm getting live events pushed to me.
As a professional live eventer, would you like to watch a live event?
Warner Brothers Entertainment DVDs.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
This is specifically Dexter's Lab, the complete series.
Oh, wow. They've got you, Dustin.
Yep. And then this one from Hobby Lobby that just says, ready to be a Pokemon master? Yes, Hobby Lobby, I am.
Can you make me a Pokemon master? Wow.
Now I know where I went wrong. I didn't look at Hobby Lobby.
Hey, next week is 500th episode.
Yay.
Yay. I wonder what we're reviewing. Should we tell them what we're reviewing? Or should we make Okay. That's right, people. You're going to have to tune in and see. You can't just hear it now and decide not to.
You'll know from the title before you click on it. Just, there you go.
Just have some patience.
That's right.
Damn it.
Don't make us reveal our secrets.
All right, goodbye.
Bye. Din Din's in the USA.